truth is that not everybody in traffic realizes that when I'm on my way to work, I have no time to linger. Because we saw some snail-paced driving when we are wanting to move a little faster. And you know, there are some points where you just don't overtake. You're really not supposed to, right? No. So you're just thinking to yourself, look at that person in front of me. Them not understand, so I don't have no time for linger. That's all I can do until the road clears and we can move on. You know what I mean? There are some people who it's like they slow down to get the red light. True. You know what I mean? True. And you're wanting to get at least nip it just before the amber comes on. Met the red earlier. Anyway, we're happy to be here. We're safe and sound, and we're saying good morning and welcome to Top of the Bridge Up and Go. My name is Richie B. It takes our time now to that moment when we give you WTF, what the fact. And this is an interesting fact about cassava that we want to share with you this morning. Cassava can kill you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, it can. So let's give you the details. There are two varieties of cassava, sweet and bitter. And the sweet variety is 50 times less deadly with only 20 milligrams of cyanide per root. But even this less dangerous version, if consumed incorrectly, has enough poison to kill an adult cow on the spot. You heard?
You just said cyanide?
Yeah. Cassava root, otherwise known as yucca, is a staple food for over 500 million people and one of the most drought-resistant, pest-resistant sources of carbohydrates in the tropics. And why is it so pest-resistant, you ask? Well, that would be all the cyanide, which is a rapidly acting, potentially deadly chemical that interferes with the body's ability to use oxygen. Cassava, especially bitter cassava, contains cyanide and must be processed before consumption. Even soaking the product for a few hours will make a difference. Otherwise, unprocessed bitter cassava can kill if consumed in sufficient quantities. That's
really?
Actually scary.
What? Richie?
Mm-hmm.
Done with cassava right now. Jojo?
Yeah, I never know that. I didn't know that at all. Yeah, so you have the bitter and the sweet.
Yeah.
They use it in manufacturing some products here that we imbibe.
Yep. And
it's a very important ingredient. So they obviously have it down pat in terms of which type of cassava to use and in what quantities. And that is why they're still selling millions of pints of those those products over time. But yeah, you got to be careful with cassava. And if you don't know how to use it, then ask someone who does, because trust me, it can kill you. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. We call it WTF. Those are the kinds of facts we share with you at 6:25 a.m. weekday mornings right here on Top of the Bridge, Up and Go.
Yeah, get them all. Yeah.
Stories this morning inside of Update emanate out of the UK, where a number of Jamaican reggae songs have been certified, in one instance gold, and in two other instances silver, which means they are selling very, very well. So we start off with the silver accreditations. Homely Girl and Cherry O Baby, hit cover songs recorded by British reggae band UB40, are now certified silver in the United Kingdom. According to the British Phonographic Industry BPI, the songs were issued Brit Certified Silver Awards recently after they each sold over 200,000 copies in the UK alone. Formed in Birmingham in December 1978, UB40 has had more than 50 singles on the UK singles chart. With over 100 million albums sold worldwide, the band is considered one of the most decorated and successful reggae groups ever. Some of their successes have been predicated on recording albums containing cover versions of older reggae songs, many of which were composed by newcomers to Jamaica's music industry. In 1989, the band's Homely Girl was inspired by Jamaican singer Jackie Robinson's Homely Girl out of 1974, which was itself a reggae interpretation of the original 1974 song of the same title by American vocal group The Shy-Lights. The song appeared on UB40's Labor of Love 2 in 1989 album, which hosted cover versions of reggae tracks from the 60s and 70s. The Shy Lights original had reached number 5 on the UK singles chart, while UB40's cover peaked at number 6 on the same chart. Their Cherry O Baby was also a cover which appeared on their Labor of Love album in 1983. Originally recorded by singer Eric Donaldson, Jamaican singer that is, the song won the Jamaica Song Festival competition in 1971 before it was covered by UB40, the Rolling Stones, Freddie McGregor, and Dwight Pinkney, among others. UB40's version peaked at number 12 on the UK singles chart back in 1984. And we're going to step it up a notch now to the gold accreditation. Inner Circle's hit, Sweat. Ah la 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 long 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 long. That song is now certified gold in the United Kingdom over 30 years after its release. And this is according to the British Phonographic Industry BPI. The song, which was issued a Brit Certified Gold Award recently, it has sold over 400,000 copies in the UK alone. It is the band's first song to be certified gold in the UK. It's a classic tune which took inspiration from John Holt's A Love I Can Feel out of 1970, and it captures the thrilling feeling of wanting to make a move on someone. The playful and catchy hook, a la 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 long long, reinforces this idea, describing the intense longing one feels to make a connection. Produced by band members Ian Lewis, Roger Lewis, and Tauta Harvey, Sweat was released in July 1992 as the lead single from the Jamaican group's 12th studio album, which was entitled Bad to the Bone. And so we say congratulations to Inner Circle on this fantastic achievement. The song also certified gold in Austria, which is 25,000 units or more, in the Netherlands, which is 50,000 units or more, and platinum in Germany, which would mean that it would have sold over 500,000 copies in that country. All right, so congratulations to them. And that's how we wrap up Update for this morning. It's time for the proverb of the day.
One finger can't kill louse.
Say that.
One finger can't kill louse.
One finger can't kill louse. I'm going to take this from someone who knows what they're talking about. Yeah, I have to take it as given. One finger can't kill louse. I think this is an easy one to navigate, actually, if you think about it. Yeah. The meaning? Cooperation is necessary for projects involving more than one person. All right? That is what that proverb really means. Cooperation is necessary for projects involving more than one person. All right? One finger can't kill louse. So, proverb of the day. Now we'll move into the pet peeve of the morning. You know what pet peeves are by now. Pet peeves are things that others do that you may find annoying, irritating, very often upsetting. Today's pet peeve comes from a member of the Bridge Nation, and we want to hear it right now.
Morning, Bridge Nation. My current pet peeve is the fact that almost all the ATMs are not working, don't have any money in it. Now, I understand the situation with the banks, but come on, man, this is a major inconvenience. People have to be driving up and down. People late for things. They need money, access to money to purchase, and they're unable to. Is this being done deliberately because of security reasons or fear? But to me, it is annoying and you're inconveniencing your customers. So the banks need to do something. You can't have all these ATMs with no money in it. It is driving people crazy, especially me.
That is not a good thing at all. So, I don't get it. The last time that there was an attempted robbery of one of these units that was loading up an ATM machine over in St. Thomas, that was from as far back as I think the 29th of I think it was April, right? Yeah, that was April 29. Here we are in May, today being the 16th of May, and you're telling me that things are still not back to normal? And people are still having problems accessing money at the ATMs? Nah, That's not good at all. You've had this experience too? Recently?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. One.
Mm.
Once.
And I'm assuming that individual, because we've heard that voice before, is from Kingston.
Yeah.
I wonder if there are other parts of the island that are experiencing that problem with no cash in the ATMs. I'm being told that yes, there are other parts of the island that are having the same problem. You remember I made the point some time ago that it's a private company that is having these problems, but we felt that the government needs to do something to step in and prevent these attacks on the company and its employees, because these are the things that result where the wider public gets affected and it causes a whole lot of inconvenience.
Yeah, a lot's been happening, Richie. As a matter of fact, I saw something on social media, Richie, yesterday. A story that came up that a machine was vandalized in Santa Cruz, and they showed a picture of it, and I'm like, wait, they're targeting ATMs.
Yeah, they are seemingly doing that. Not just the company that delivers or loads the ATMs with cash, but also the ATMs in different locations where they are.
You know,
It's crazy what's going on. Remember we were talking yesterday about the get-rich-quick mentality? Man, it's so pervasive in our society. Well, we hope that something will be done to address that between the banks and their partners, because that is a major inconvenience. Now, the People's National Party Youth Organization, PNPYO, recently shared that they are deeply troubled by the recent incidents of sexual violence against young girls. The abduction and rape of a 7-year-old girl in St. Mary, the rape of a 12-year-old girl in St. Elizabeth, and the alleged rape of an autistic teenage patient at the Kingston Public Hospital, KPH, are all horrific and horrendous crimes that demand our attention and action. So the PNPYO has come out strongly condemning these acts of violence and calls for a swift investigation, prosecution, and appropriate sentencing of the perpetrators. They have also urged the government and law enforcement agencies to prioritize the safety and protection of our children by implementing stricter measures to prevent and address cases of sexual abuse. The president of the PNPYO, Senator Gabriella Morris, remarked, "It is extremely gut-wrenching to hear of these incidents where our children suffer at the hands of vile miscreants." And this is definitely a very, very topical issue. We're very pleased at this time to be joined by the General Secretary for the People's National Party's youth organization, the PNPYO. We're joined by Peta-Gay Ferguson. Good morning, Ms. Ferguson. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Richie B. Good morning. And good morning to your viewers and listeners.
All right. We appreciate you being on the program with us to discuss a really topical and very troubling issue, that of the abuse of or young, especially females out there in our society. Could you first of all share your thoughts on the recent incidents of sexual violence against young girls in Jamaica?
Well, to be honest, it is sad, and it's actually something that triggers me personally to, hear of these incidents. And what you realize happening is that sometimes when you hear of one, then you realize there's another one happening and there's another one. And you also beg to ask the question, how many of these incidents goes unreported, one, and how many of these incidents are taking place on a daily basis, or how frequent without it even being made aware to the public and people knowing exactly what is happening and the cause and effects of these incidents. And I know for some people, we know that this subject is very touchy, it is very personal, it's close to home, and we may know someone who has been in this position before. And then, I just feel like it is high time that more is done to ensure that, one, we protect our children at all costs and our women, and that we put things and measures in place so that perpetrators can face the full blunt of the law.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe, though, that the current laws and penalties that are in place for sexual violence are in fact adequate?
Well, we in the PNPYO, we don't believe that at this present moment it is so, and that is the reason we would have drafted that release just the last week, calling for there to be stiffer penalties. Because when you look at it, Richie B, even the way that rape is defined in our current law, right? It is a little bit troubling. It is not broad enough. And what you realize happening is that you exclude some things, because rape in the law as it currently stands looks at there being a vaginal penetration, right? Mm-hmm. It does not take into consideration that a little boy can be raped. It does not take into consideration if any other object other than a penis penetrates the vagina, or even there being penetration of the female's body in other ways, right? It does not take those things into consideration. And if you look at it, the penalty for the burglary law, it is lesser than what it carries for rape, and that is also troubling. We have to ensure that at all extent we cover the basis and ensure that we protect our children, we protect our little boys, and we also protect those who are vulnerable. We have minors who, when you look at it, Richie, they're intellectual, they have intellectual impairments, and they can't even look to make an assessment as to what is a good or a bad touch. We have to ensure that we do all that we can to protect our children, our little boys and girls, those from within the disabled communities, and women. There's so much that needs for us to look at now in the 21st century, in today's society. We need to review those laws that are in place and ensure that it's a level playing field, and that no one may think that, okay, maybe I don't have to penetrate the vagina, but I can do something else.
Understood. And very, very well said, Ms. Ferguson. Greetings, Shelz here. Now, according to the data, majority of the sexual violence cases go unreported in Jamaica. Is there anything that can be done to encourage victims to come forward and, seek justice?
This is another area where I think we're going to have to do a little bit more of the public education campaigning, and we need to ensure that when victims go to report a case, they feel safe doing that, and that they're being listened to. Because I can tell you, Richie, in some instances, when, especially for children, when they have these encounters, oftentimes they will probably go to their family member to say, hey, this happened to me, or they will find an adult or someone else that they think they can trust to share this information with. And sometimes what we find happening, because these things take place close to home, and when I say close to home, I mean it happens with adults who know these children sometimes, or who the family members know. So you realize that it is not being reported because it becomes a hush-hush situation, and they try to deal with it under the covers, and it does not go before the law.
I want to hear you on this. Do you believe that men and boys can actually play a role in helping to prevent sexual violence and changing the societal attitudes out there towards both women and girls?
Of course, I do believe they have a role to play. But like I said, Richie, what we need to look at is to ensure that there's a greater public education campaign that goes into play, so that people understand, make it the norm that families talk to their little boys and girls about what is a good touch, what is a bad touch, making them feel comfortable to report these instances. And it should also be the case where if a child does not feel safe reporting to their family members or an adult that they're in the care of, they should know that, hey, I can go to this place, or I can call this number, or I can speak to someone at my school about this matter and get some sort of justice. It can be addressed. The matter can be investigated thoroughly. And it's not just even within the homes, Richie. We're also talking about state care.
Yes.
Because we know that's a whole nother
That is so right.
Place and place where children should be kept safe. That is the reason you take them out of whatever environment they're in to ensure their safety and protection. And even though it's getting better based on the statistics, we know that that's another troubled place for our children.
Yeah. So a part of the message that I suspect you want to leave with us is that youngsters, young females who are having these problems should not remain silent. They should speak up, speak out, and let people know that they're having these issues, right?
Yes, but we need to create a space and we need to empower them to be able to know that they can do so and do so in a manner that will ensure them that this issue will be resolved. This issue will get the attention, the adequate attention that it needs. And Richie, I'm asking us, please, when we look at this matter, when we look at the issue of rape and sexual molestation and sexual violence, we're also talking about the long-lasting impact that it has on the victims and their families and those who are close to them, because this then creates a society. It is our duty as a society to protect our future, and we are to protect our children and those who are vulnerable. You end up creating dysfunctional adults in society.
Yeah.
Because they have to live with the impact and the consequences of something that they did not create for themselves or ask for. And that is why we're saying, when you're looking at the penalties, ensure that, yes, if rape gives you that, it says that there's a 15 years sentence minimum that you serve. In other countries, they're looking at life sentences.
Yeah. The punishment should in fact reflect the severity of such a crime.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank you this morning for talking with us, highlighting the issue, and sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much, Peta-Gay Ferguson, and you have a wonderful day today.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. All right. I saw also where Senator Gabriela Morris said that she urges the government to ensure that swift and impartial justice is met for those depraved individuals in our society. We have to agree with her on that.
Good morning, guys.
Our check is due at the end of the year, so you have a little wait, okay? Morning.
Morning. Don't mind us. We're still on a hype. We just hooked everybody up. Well, not everybody. We hooked up a winner with 50 Cent tickets. 50 Cent is coming to the city, the big tour, and we're all looking forward to it. It's the final lap tour for 2023. Get rich or die trying. It's 50 Cent, Busta Rhymes, and Jeremiah. Goes down July 31st. So everyone's still calling for the tickets all like now.
Yeah. Nice. That sounds
Ritz
like it's going to be a big one.
Though.
Yeah.
Nice. Yo, Ritz did this mix. He did like you really hyped everybody else up, because we have comments here like, I forgot 50's whole entire catalog. Yeah, it was crazy. So we're getting a lot of text messages, a lot of love. So we're feeding off that energy.
Philly has been so busy doing other stuff that I almost thought that he had given up on his music career. I mean, he came to Jamaica and performed at Reggaesome Fest many years ago.
Right, I remember that.
You remember that? Yeah. And we haven't seen him doing much in terms of performances.
He's making that big TV money right now. So this is supposed to be his final tour. He's wrapping up his music career.
Yeah.
Oh. So it's a throwback thing, which I like. I'm all about the throwbacks.
Same.
The music, that era. We listen to Young Boy Shelz, same here.
No, it's true. No. I mean, fortunately for me, I grew up around 50s music. He's one of the rappers I got introduced to. So I was good. I'm good with the G Unit, all that. I was there.
How about when you were 3 years old?
How was it that one? Probably 8. I don't even know.
So you're running around the house singing Wangsta.
That's right. If you will Wangsta.
How about
PIMP?
How about the music of P. Diddy?
Puff?
Yeah.
Same.
I'm only calling his name because he's so much in the news these days.
Well, the two of them are basically going again. They're trying to get BET. They're trying to make it black-owned again. I think that's a great idea. I think it changed a lot when it was sold. As many stations, we're not going to go there, when they're no longer, sold. Let me just try and be politically correct. But I know.
But is anybody following all the talk and chatter around P. Diddy's name in the
Please don't, guys.
I'm just asking.
Which part?
Please don't.
Well, I mean, the parts that can be spoken about on air, like
what?
We're talking about exposing his parties and what goes on there.
Yeah.
Possibly not so legal things.
Yeah, you know.
You never been to a P. Diddy party?
Not yet.
I wish.
Not
You
yet.
ever went to a private party?
No. Not of that level.
I don't think we'd be
I
the
went
same.
to one, but it wasn't that private. I mean,
Exactly.
it was private because the station did it, but it wasn't the
No, it
house
doesn't count.
party.
It's got to be the house.
It wasn't
and-
the house party.
Yeah, those are the ones that get.
But I know a lot of girls that have, and I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Neither do I, for that
happens
matter.
Hey.
One of my friends was actually at his 50th.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Right.
at Star Island, and it was beautiful. And she was one of many. Let's put it that way.
I just want to say, listen, man, leave P. Diddy alone.
Yeah, you
Right.
know, leave Puff alone.
Leave Puff.
You know.
Puff came to Jamaica, and on the spur of the moment, he says, "You know something? I want to have some fun. I have $20,000 US on me, which I don't know what to do with it. So, can you guys just arrange a clash?" And they just arranged a dancehall clash at this club in Halfway Tree.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember if it was Foota Hype who won that $20,000
Wow.
on the spur of the moment. And I'm talking about top selectors vying for that $20,000. It
Why
was
not?
awesome back in the day. Yep.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
up Puff.
that is dope. All right, we're going to get into a mix. Ritz, are we going to play Diddy or Fiddy? What are you doing?
We're playing neither. This guy I know who's also on who we're talking to right now sent me some tunes yesterday.
Who's that? Who are we talking to?
Richie.
Oh, Richie. That guy.
Yeah. So I thought we'd run a couple of them.
Okay, let's
All
see.
right.
Go on, Ritz.
And it's now time for Fresh Face Tuesday. Now, here we go on Bridge Nation. Our guest this morning is the epitome of talent, hard work, and dedication. His name is Rajiv Sutherland, aka SuhRawh, and he's a 26-year-old music producer, recording artist, songwriter, and audio engineer from St. Vincent and The Grenadines. Now, here we go on Bridge Nation. On May 13th, 2022, he sang and produced an international hit and soca sensation called In the Water, which is famous for its catchy dance and lyrics, which to this day has over 500 million views on TikTok worldwide. All of his songs are recorded, written, produced, mixed, and mastered by himself. This prodigal one-man musical powerhouse did not come here to play. Here we go on Bridge Nation. He's in it to win it, and we have him on Zoom to tell us more about himself and his music. Welcome to the Bridge 99, SuhRawh. What go on?
What's up?
We're there.
Morning, SuhRawh. Welcome, man.
Thank you. How everybody doing this morning?
Yeah, we're there, man. We're good, man. Give thanks. Now, you know we have to ask a question, artist, right off the bat. The name, SuhRawh. What's the vibe behind it? What's the meaning?
Well, the name is actually a combination of my actual name. So my name is Rajiv Sutherland, and my full name is Rajiv Amran William Sutherland. So I just took the Ra and took the Suh from Sutherland and just added on.
Oh.
Rotted.
Yeah.
Oh. No, because here we are. No, I was just saying, artists are here we are. Because you know, in Jamaica, when somebody said them, I go raw with the music, you know, and sometimes it come off probably like lyrical content. You know what I mean? So that's what we were thinking.
There's that as well, too. 'Cause I do that as well. So, you know, if you actually tune into some of my dancehall music, you might get.
Oh. Okay.
Don't want to go, you know?
All right. So you're a lot more than just a soca artist then.
Yes. I do any genre, really and truly.
Oh, so tell us a little bit about your music. Like, how would you describe yourself as an artist?
Versatile is what I would say. I think my biggest advantage to me is that I can flex my voice in a lot of different ways. So maybe on a track you might hear me sing in an aggressive style with a deep voice, or on the next track you might hear me sing melodious because I could actually sing, you know. I think that's something that we're lacking in a lot of the music these days. The actual singing and bringing back, you know, good vibes and these kinds of things.
SuhRawh, I'm only asking you this question because I've never heard the hit song that you gave in 2022 called In the Water. Now, I'm wondering if that is making reference to water in its original form, or as we in Jamaica refer to liquor as waters. So I'm just kind of wondering what message are you sending in that song?
That song because so in the carnival what do you call it? The carnival community or the carnival genre of music, soca genre, wet fet. There's a thing called wet fet, and that's a big thing in soca in general. Wet fet parties and these kinds of things. So that song was more directed to that aspect of things, you know.
Okay. Have you done any collaborations with Jamaican artists, or do you have an interest in doing any collaboration soon?
I'm always interested in working with artists and producers and these things. We had a dancehall EP that we were working on, but the shift because of the whole in the water situation, the shift from the focus of dancehall to soca kind of took precedence. So now we're in the way of trying to walk our way back into the soca, but the dancehall is not off the table.
Respect. Now you have a recent single called Bandits. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that is one of my contributions for the Vincy Mass. Well, that's what we call it in St. Vincent, Vincy Mass, Carnival for St. Vincent. So that's one of my contributions that I released last week. Okay. I have a couple to drop as well. Okay. That's just an energy track because Vincy Mass is a very energized festival. You know, it's really crazy. If you ever see any videos on it, the energy, people spraying insecticide with lighters and these kinds of things. It's so crazy.
Yeah, man, that's the vibe. So, of course, we're going to play Bandits in a bit, but you don't know, after the Bridge Nation hear it in a SuhRawh, everybody's going to want to know, who that, where you come from, where you going, we need to follow the music. So where can our listeners follow you and your music?
Well, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at SuhRawh. That's SuhRawh. You can find me on all platforms there.
All right. Enough love and respect, SuhRawh. You don't know, we can't introduce this song like you can, bro. So, you know, you have to do us the honor, bro. Introduce Bandits first.
Alright. Yo, this is your boy SuhRawh. And right now you're about to hear my new single called Bandits. Everything I gonna get flattened. You don't know.
That is it.
Bless up yourself, bro. Take care of yourself and keep doing good music, alright?
Yeah, get them all.
And you're all going on Bridge Nation. The only thing on the support stand is right now from early out, you know, is Reggaesome Fest. You understand what I mean? I say, get your tickets. Because remember, the Sumfest week begins Sunday, July 16th with a family fun day, a street dance on Monday, July the 17th, all white party one named Blitz on Tuesday, July 18th. Then you don't know, you got the all black fashion statement on Wednesday, July the 19th. And you don't know, the highly anticipated the Global Sound Clash will be on Thursday, July the 20th. And then you don't know, all roads lead to festival nights 1 and 2 on Friday and Saturday. Of course, July 21st and the 22nd on the big stage at Catherine Hall, where the party goes till well after dawn. You know the Sumfest thing go down. So remember, visit reggaesomefest.com for further information and, of course, ticket purchase.
All right, so we're going to give them, Shelz, the lineup that we have as at today's date. Okay. Because Reggaesome Fest is really rolling out some big names for this year's festival. Night 1 at the Catherine Hall Entertainment Center will feature the likes of the man who run Montego Bay, run the West big time, Tommy Lee Sparta, Valiant, Massacre, the likes of the Mighty Crown. They are on a tour that will close out their own career. Their 30th anniversary tour. Mighty Crown will be making a major appearance on Friday night at the festival. Chronic Law, 450. Also the likes of Topman and Baker, Javilani, Pablo YG. Shano is on the bill this year, and so is Rose Dunn. People like Stark Ashley. There's a very exciting boombox segment that features a whole heap of 90s artists: Harry Toddler, Tony Curtis, Silver Cat, Nitty Kutchi, Mega Banton, Jigsy King, General B, and Boom Dandemite. They also have Ja Vinci and Egyptian, Vanessa Bling, Moyan are all on the Friday night of the festival this year. All right? Now, I'm sure that they all want to hear what's happening for the Saturday night. And I'm going to share that with you right now. For Saturday night, that would be the 22nd of July. We can tell you this is another massive night at Reggaesome Fest. All right, so let's go. We've got, of course, the return of Minister Marion Hall. formerly Lady Saw, to a stage in Jamaica. She'll be there at Sumfest on night number 2 at the Catherine Hall Entertainment Center. Minister Marion Hall will be there. There's, of course, a tribute to King Jammies with Leroy Gibbons, Admiral Bailey, Lieutenant Stitchy, people like Pinchers and Bunny General, Shaka Demus, and Chuck Turner, with the newbie as a lineage in that mix. Morgan Heritage is on Saturday night. Also, the new Grammy Kid Kabaka Pyramid. They have Romain Virgo on the Saturday night. Also on the Saturday night is, of course, Freddie McGregor with his sons Chino and Stephen the Genius McGregor. All right. Tanya Stevens is on Saturday night. Diani, who is a member of the Down Sound Camp. Richie Spice is also on Saturday night, July 22. These are names that we have as at today's date.
Yeah.
Because it's a long list of artists that's being rolled out. And as we get any further updates, we will share them with you. Remember, go to www.reggaesomefest.com and get your tickets early if you want to enjoy this fantastic 30th anniversary celebration of Reggaesome Fest this year, 2023. Now on to another story that we're looking at, and that is Skeng, who is in the news.
So here we're going. So Skeng makes an appearance in Nicki Minaj's video for Red Ruby the Sleaze, pardon me. So dancehall artist Skeng, as I said, is look like he's solidifying that strength with the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj, because, you know, as you know, back in February, Minaj, you know, teased behind the scenes clips from the music video. It was shot in Trinidad around the same time she and the London DJ were visiting, you know, for Carnival, and the rapper endorsed the new music video on her Instagram page while wishing her fans a happy Mother's Day. And Nicki said, video out now. It's it's T. Okay, I don't know. You know these languages, but yes, happy Mother's Day and happy mothers. I know that one. MUVA. Happy Mother's Day to all the mummies and all the baddies who made the world go around. Now, most of the video features her friend and basketball wives LA star Brooke Bailey, but for Skeng's part, he casually leans against the front of a pink Rolls Royce, puffing a spliff, you know the thing, while Minaj comfortably lies atop the bonnet, rapping.
Okay.
That's
a good look.
Have it?
Yeah, the photo while ago.
Oh,
there you go.
easy. Skeng done. Big up yourself.
Look like a real star. What's in that cup?
Stays in that cup.
Yeah, so she's giving Skeng some extra exposure.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a good look. Waiting for the next collaboration, whether it be with Nicki herself or with some other big name.
Yeah, well, you don't
or that
know.
next single.
It's a big move for Skeng.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As we rightfully say, we know it's a big thing. We know so the two of them rate each other. We respect that. But boy, Nicki, pressure upon you, because you take one of our big artists them under your label right now. And we are yard. We want to see what you can do for him. What do a bit differently than if he was by himself. That's all I'm saying. Pressure on you, Nicki, because Skeng bad. And we want to see what he can do under your label. Simple.
She has done some good already.
Yeah.
And is still doing some good. And I think with time it's gonna be turning out good for Skeng. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I am so smooth with it, you know.
Woyoy.
I can play the tune now.
Aha.